Hello there, pool owners. Ray here with First Time Pool Owners Group, and welcome to another episode of What's in the Box. Today we are unboxing the Sutro Smart Monitor system. Again, Sutro is a smart monitoring system to measure and monitor pool chemistry. To give you a little bit of a background here, so we have been a Fin user for many years. We used Fin in our previous home. When we relocated, we brought the unit with us, and we were able to have their customer service team basically calibrate the unit for our new pool. Our experience was great. I know that there's a lot of negative things out there regarding Fin and the accuracy. From a pool owner's perspective, it did what it was supposed to do. We still use test strips here and there. We went to the pool store to test our water chemistry, and we never had any major issues. I mean, our pool chemistry was always on point. No major issues. So again, from that perspective, I can't really knock the Fin product. So fast forward to December of this year, many of us, or all of Fin subscribers, we got a notification that the company was going to be suspending their services. There's a process that you have to follow so that you can get your refund, since we had already paid for an additional year. So that brought us back to square one. You get into the habit of getting alerts on your phone and basically your pool telling you what it needs or what the temperature is, etc. And it's like something that now I don't foresee myself ever being able to go without. So, we did a little bit of homework. We looked at the different options that are currently in the market today, and that led us to Sutro. I'll get into some of the benefits and why Sutro tends to be a better system than some of the other systems that are out there in the market today. So again, if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do so. We have a ton of other content that we are going to be releasing here in the future. So please be sure to hit that subscribe button to support our channel. Now, real quick, before we open this box, I do have to point out I am in marketing, so I always have an appreciation for companies that actually do a nice job at designing their packaging. Sutro, A++ on the packaging. This looks fantastic. Let's open up the unit, see what's in it. So this is the main Sutro unit. This is the part here that floats in the pool. So that's obviously in there. It looks like we have our test cartridge, which ultimately will work its way into the unit. Once we get to setting this thing up, we'll show you guys how to do that. It comes with the hub and charger. This is a lot different than the Fin unit. Our Fin unit did not require a charger, as the battery in the Fin was not serviceable or replaceable. Interesting enough, we had the unit for about 4 years, never had a battery issue, never had a battery failure, so that's always good. And then we have some added accessories. It looks like this is where our batteries are. They do give you 2 batteries with their kit, which I think is pretty awesome. And there's an AC adapter, and there is a physical owner's manual. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna remove this thing out of the box, and we're gonna show you what's inside. All right, so here is everything outside of the box. Here's your Sutro unit. Here's your hub and battery charger. To charge your batteries, just press down. You put the battery in here, you close it, boom, you wait for it to get done charging. It does come with 2 batteries. Again, I wanted to highlight one more thing, which is the size. Once again, the 2 things I want to highlight is Sutro versus the Fin. As you can see, the Sutro bridge is slightly larger. Once again, that's because it acts as a charger and a bridge, unlike the Fin where it's only a bridge. And then the other thing I wanted to highlight here is the size of the actual physical part that sits in the pool or floats in the pool, the Sutro piece here next to Fin. As you can see, one of my biggest disappointments with Fin was the fact that the attachment or the rope that Fin provided was not as beefy as what you see here. This is a much more, this looks like it has it provides a lot more longevity. This one here, over time, it frayed. There was times where it would just come loose in the pool, end up in the skimmer basket, etc. It is a fairly light piece, so I mean, that's expected. But with that said, I do not anticipate that happening with the Sutro unit. being the fact that this is obviously a much larger and much heavier unit, but also with the fact that they're just using a better quality rope here basically to attach the unit or fix the unit somewhere in the pool. So again, those are the major components that I wanted to kind of just show you guys outside of the box and just kind of do a little compare and contrast here against, you know, our previous fin setup. And then last but not least, the last remaining thing that I need to do is I want to pop this battery in here. I want to let this thing charge up so that I can set it up, and together we can walk through the setup process and also give you some initial feedback once we get this thing here in the water. Long-term plan here is I'm going to be providing monthly ongoing video reviews on the unit. Obviously today's just going to be day one, but you know, for those of you guys that are still kind of unsure about it, etc., please again subscribe to our channel, as I will be providing updates over time on our experience using Sutro. So again, let's let this thing charge up and we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, so I left the battery charge overnight. Next step is we're gonna download the app and we're gonna see if we can get the system to connect to the internet. First step obviously is you wanna download the app. I've already done so on my end. I've also registered for a new account since this is my first time using Sutro, so just note that you're gonna have to do that on your end. Obviously, I'm not gonna show that on camera because, you know, I care about having some privacy here. So now that the app has been installed, I have an account. Next thing you know, I gotta set up the device. So we're gonna click on Set Up Device. It says take out the hub and charger, plug it in. We've done that already. Choose a location that provides a direct line of sight to your pool. Right now we're upstairs in an office. We will be moving the device to a location that's closer to the pool once we're done the setup in this video. And then it's telling me to take out the battery that's in the charger and confirm that I see a white light flashing, which we do, in the front of the Sutro. So we're gonna click here where it says, I see the white light blinking. Looks like the next step is asking me to do is connect Sutro or the hub to the internet. That's gonna require some cell phone configuration. So we're gonna click Open Setting. It wants me to connect to Wi-Fi called Sutro, which I'm assuming that's what we see right here. So we're gonna click Sutro. We'll let that connect. Looks like it's still connecting. All right, looks like it's got a little check mark off on it now. So it looks like we're fully connected. Let's close out. Go back to the Sutro app. And then what it wants you to do is it wants you to connect to your Wi-Fi network. So we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna select the Wi-Fi network. So finally, it looks like the Sutro connected to the Wi-Fi. So that's good. That's exactly what I wanted to do. Now what it wants me to do is it wants me to twist the lid on the monitor and pull up until it clicks in place. And then it wants me to put the battery inside the monitor. So let's try that. Right, see how it clicks, it locks in. Now it wants me to put the battery in place, so let's find where the battery goes. It looks like the battery goes right there, and actually looks like I needed to bring it up a little further, so the battery just goes in here. And that's in. Then in terms of next steps, it looks like it wants me to push the top of the hub to open, and it says that I'm gonna see a button to pair the hub to the monitor. So it looks like that's the button right there. And then it says locate the pairing button on the monitor above the battery. So we see that there. And then what it wants me to do is it wants me to push and hold the hub monitor button until the LEDs blink. Oh, sorry. Looks like now it wants me to push and hold the hub and monitor pairing buttons until the LEDs both rapidly blink. I'm gonna do this off camera. Now that both units are paired, I see a solid blue. I see another solid blue line here. It wants me to take out the cartridge. By the way, this is the actual cartridge. And it wants me to put it in the monitor. So let's turn this monitor around. Looks like there's some connections or contacts up there. It also wants me to remove before installation. So let's remove this little sticker that comes with it. All right. And then judging by where those prongs are, see if we can figure out how this thing is going to connect. But it looks like it just slides in here and clips. So it looks like we've done that and we did it properly. So now the cartridge is in place. Then it says push down on top of the monitor and twist the lid until it clicks once. So there we go. We'll twist it. All right, that's that click. And that is it. It says you have successfully set up the monitor, and we'll gather some details about your pool and spa in the next screen. So let's try that. All right, so now that the hardware is fully set up and connected to the internet, now it wants to know a little bit about my pool. So the first thing you want to do is you want to choose whether you want to monitor a pool or a spa. In our case, it's a pool. Gallons, our pool's a little small on the smaller side, so it's 10,000 gallons. So we hit next. Wants to know what type of sanitation or sanitizer I use. So we're going to click salt water because that's our case. And check if any apply. Nope, we can just hit save. Some chemicals will not be compatible with your pool setting. Please double check your chemical profile after shaving. Okay, don't know what that means, but we'll click yes. And it looks like that is pretty much it in terms of like the pool setup. Looks like now it wants to see if my firmware is up to date. Looks like it's going to confirm if the battery is at least 50% charged, if the lid in the device is closed, and everything is all ready to go. The thing is actually making all sorts of noises here. I don't know if you guys can hear that. We'll move it here so you guys can hear it. So all right, so now we have to put the device in the water. So let's take this thing outside and put it by our pool. All right, so like I mentioned, it wants me to make sure that I put the unit in the pool. Again, make sure the lid is closed. You'll know that it's closed because it'll have one click. For the time being, I'm just gonna place it in the water. Long term, I have to figure out a way to secure it so it's not just floating everywhere. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna place that there in the water. And we are going to tell the app that yes, it is in the water. And it looks like the device is now updating. All right, so we're back indoors. The firmware update took less than 10 minutes. I mean, we do have a gigabyte service here, so things do download and update much quicker here in this household. So again, that time could vary. It did say it could take up to an hour. Now that we've gotten past the firmware, however, it looks like it is now generating a pool reading, and it does look like it's going to take Sutro about an hour to populate the data. So some of the things that you could do is while you're in here, you could go under the menu and click on chemicals. You can scan which chemicals you use. My assumption is that it's going to tell you how much of each chemical to add whenever the pool is in need of a specific chemical. I know that that's how Fin functioned. I mean, Fin even had a chemical subscription program, which we opted out of. Obviously, we buy our own chemicals. But again, so far, everything setup wise, it's super, super easy. I feel like anyone can do it. So yeah, so what we'll do next here is we'll wait to gather a pool reading. I'm gonna come back on, show you guys kind of like what I see on the screen. And then like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Subscribe to our channel. We do anticipate in providing you guys with ongoing updates on how this the Sutro is working for us. So again, hopefully I can get into a cadence of providing you guys with a monthly update, etc. So again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, be sure to do so. So we're going to sit here, we're going to wait to gather all the pool readings, and then we're going to show you a last minute walkthrough of what kind of data we're seeing from our pool. All right, so here we are. First thing I want to bring up is the fact that it did take a couple hours for us to start seeing our first reading on the app. As you can see here, our pool does need some attention. I'm going to tell you, we haven't used the pool probably in the last 2 months. So we are in Florida. However, the water, temperature is just a little bit cooler, obviously, for one. And then the air temperature, it just doesn't make it for a pleasant, swimming or pool usage experience. So again, this is the data that's coming directly from the pool. Looks like our last test was completed at 10:12 a.m. So it does show you when the last time the system generated a pool sample. Going down to the bottom of the app, you can also see the system also register the pool temperature. And then some of the things you can do also is you can click on each of the individual icons. And it's almost like looking at a test strip, right? So there's the pH, there's our free chlorine, and then obviously there's our total alkalinity. So it has that information on there as well. There's still a few other things that obviously that I need to do. So once again, I do need to fill out the chemical profile, etc., to get a better user experience from the app. So again, thanks for watching. Sorry for the long video. I just wanted to make sure that I showed you guys everything about this unit, or as much as I could. And again, next month, I will give you guys an update just to kind of let you guys know what our long-term experience has been with the program. Again, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. And thanks for watching.